The hype and the excitement is building, guys, every single day that we're getting one step closer to The Last of Us 2 and the launch of this highly anticipated game. I would say, guys, in all reality, one of, if not the most anticipated PlayStation games or exclusives of all time that I've really ever witnessed. I mean, guys, this is a game that is so highly anticipated. People are so excited for it to finally get their hands on this game, and it looks like we're finally getting very close. It feels like we're so close to actually getting our hands on the title. And amidst all of that, of course, guys, there's been just tons of speculation. There's been leaks that have come out left and right, whether we're talking, a while back or, even more recently. There are people saying that they've, leaked portions of the game and such. And what I want to talk about in this last segment of the show is why you should still be excited about The Last of Us 2 amidst all the leaks and all the rumor speculation that has come out. So let's talk about it. Guys, The Last of Us 2, this is going to come from a guy who I absolutely love this franchise. I mean, when I look at all of just, the PlayStation exclusives, and I look at just games, across the gaming landscape in general, Uncharted used to be my favorite just PlayStation game of all time. Until The Last of Us, I played the first one, and I was, after going through that story, just so immersive, and I just absolutely loved the way that Naughty Dog, made this game. And I thought that even though it had like more horror elements, which I'm a really big horror buff when it comes to games and movies, I have said this to this day that Last of Us took the top spot for PlayStation exclusives. It's one of my favorite games of all time, guys. On PlayStation, though, it did take the top spot over Uncharted slightly. And now I've been waiting patiently for, of course, The Last of Us 2 amidst all the delays, and now with the leaks that are coming out and things of that nature. Why should you be excited about it, especially if you've already seen some of the leaks and such? Here's the thing, guys. Honestly, if you don't want to see leaks, and I haven't seen any at this point. I know that, I haven't been actually actively searching for the leaks and seeing what is being revealed. But from what people have told me that have seen the leaks, they've told me that they feel that they're still very excited about the story, regardless of what they've heard or seen, whether it's speculation or full-blown leaks that are 100% confirmed. There's still an excitement around it. And so even for people who have already seen what it was that was leaked out there. Now, I'm not going to get into what was leaked out there because I don't even know myself, and I'm not even going to start speculating on what was, but what people had said was there was talks that there were things that were revealed about the plot and such and the ending of Last of Us 2 that were leaked. And so I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see if those things do come true when the actual game comes out. But even Naughty Dog themselves has said that there's a lot of mystery still within the Last of Us franchise, that being the second game, that are, that weren't necessarily leaked, and there's still going to be a ton of excitement there at the end of the day. But here's the thing, guys. When you really look at The Last of Us in this story, regardless of whether there were leaks and you saw leaks on accident or, and these end up being true, the thing is, guys, is that, going into The Last of Us 2, I believe that you're going to really appreciate, regardless, you're going to appreciate all of the upgraded graphics of course, the character developments of course, of all the characters within the Last of Us franchise. And it looks like just kind of playing that story, new environments, new places, and maybe even familiar places. There is something about The Last of Us that truly is different amongst other games that are out there. And I think that Naughty Dog does a very good job of capturing moments within games that are very intense, but that are intense just for you as a player. Whether it was in the Uncharted series or now with The Last of Us, it feels like a lot of those extremely intense moments have been heightened now within, of course, The Last of Us 2. And just playing that story, I think there is going to be a lot of surprises for us. And I also think that we're going to, get a fleshed out, story at the end. Now, look, lots of people have said that the ending, from what they saw of the leaks, was not good. And look, at the end of the day, my hope is that, let's just say The Last of Us 2 leaves us on a cliffhanger, or let's say it leaves us on in a place where we didn't really think it was that great of an ending, right? Hopefully, Naughty Dog, decide at some point or another to bring factions back, which of course was the multiplayer modes for the first Last of Us. Hopefully they bring that back. Hopefully bring back, some co-op modes and have a number of other DLC that come out to kind of continue moving forward. Now what this leads us to, guys, is why were these things leaked? Well, a lot of people say that it was due to, an individual that used to work for Naughty Dog stated that the work conditions were terrible and were so bad that he decided to leak basically the entire game and essentially everything that was important to the game. And I think there's definitely some validity to probably what he did leak out there, because Naughty Dog came out and wrote a statement stating that, it's really unfortunate that things were leaked. And that probably tells you that some of the stuff that was leaked was definitely in the game or was true. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, even though it seems the work conditions over at Naughty Dog are not very good, there's real crunch over there. And I've said this, guys, that I think there's an overemphasis on crunch. I compare the gaming industry to the film industry. I'm a filmmaker, guys. I used to make movies. I went to the New York Film Academy for school. And look, there's a lot of times when you're making movies, you're doing it for little to no money at all. And let's just say you're doing it for, not that much money. Or let's just even say that you're doing it for a full-blown salary. You're doing it because you love to make movies. You love the art form and such. And there's times where you'll wake up at 6 in the morning and you won't get done on set until around midnight or even later than that. So very long hours, guys, to get your movies done in general. You can compare that to gaming, whereas there's this crunch, which it's just called that because it's kind of a newer. This is a newer industry than filmmaking. I think gaming industry is going to kind of catch up to the movie industry in the ways in which it works, because there was even problems, guys, with actors and actresses or voice actors and actresses within video games that weren't getting paid royalties for doing voice acting within video games. It's just because this is an industry that's still kind of behind. It's still trying to figure things out. And so I think that there's too much emphasis on the crunch, because it's like that in many industries. If you're passionate about something and passionate about a project, you're going to want to be putting in a lot of hours, guys, whether you're talking in filmmaking, if you're talking about video games, other forms of entertainment. It's what you do. And so after all that hard work is done, your work is out there for the rest of the world to witness, to watch, or to play. I just think that there's too much overemphasis on crunch, in my personal opinion. I've said this already on the YouTube channel, so the fact that something got leaked, if it is true that it got leaked, is a real shame, guys. And I think that person should be ashamed of themselves for doing that, because this is an art form that person, whoever was that leaked this information, if they were working at Naughty Dog for over the course of time, maybe the work conditions were bad. Okay, let's just say they were. They weren't the greatest work conditions and such. But there's other ways that you can go about doing things. You can quit. There's just other ways you can do it. And sure, maybe Naughty Dog is not 100% innocent in all of this. But the fact of the matter is that they're trying to bring out a game that they've been working on for so long. They want to kind of protect that IP, whether you're quitting and then they want you to sign a bunch of just non-disclosure agreements and such. Whatever the case might be, this is a company that is trying to make an aggressive approach to become one of the the greatest game developers in the world, right? They're trying to join the rock stars of the world. They're trying to join some of these other companies in the pursuit of becoming one of the best game developers out there. And so I think, guys, that yes, the gaming industry is still very young. It's not to the point of the film industry yet, and things haven't been completely figured out. But it's a real unfortunate thing. Maybe these are the things that need to happen in order for things to change, whether that's from a development standpoint, whether that's from just a personnel standpoint. Whatever the case might be, I'm very excited about The Last of Us 2, and I think you should be as well, because this game is going to be coming out sooner rather than later, and we're going to be getting our hands on it, be able to play it, get a real feel. We'll all have our own opinions, I'm sure, on the game, and hopefully it'll continue the legacy and the franchise of The Last of Us by Naughty Dog moving forward, and we'll have lots more conversations and a lot more that we can look forward to, whether that be, DLC or, expansion packs to The Last of Us 2, or factions, or, multiplayer in co-op modes and such. Hopefully, if Naughty Dog plays their cards right moving forward here, I think they're going to have something really special on their hands. And I think they know that, and I think Sony knows that as well. And so we're going to begin our hands on it, very soon, guys. But stay optimistic, regardless of the leaks and the things of that nature that you're hearing about. Stay optimistic and judge for yourself when the game does come out. And I'll be sure to give you guys thoughts and such on the experience when I get my hands on a copy of the game. And I would love to hear what you guys think about The Last of Us 2 in the comment section below. What are you the most excited about, guys? Let me know what you guys think. And for more The Last of Us 2 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.